Hello, and thank you for watching this special announcement of the shortlist for the 2022 Klaus Flugge Prize. The prize is now in its 7th year, and we were delighted to receive a bumper crop of submissions. From those, we chose a long list of 24 books by talented and exciting newcomers to picture book illustration. Huge thanks to our judges, Emily Gravett, Flavia Z. Drago, Professor Martin Salisbury and Nikki B for whittling that list down to a short list. When assessing the long list, our judges were looking for fresh and exciting picture book illustrators, able to convey character, tell stories and slip meaning through to readers. The books they've chosen are varied in style, subject matter and technique, but we found common threads. A sense of joy and daring, and celebrations of community, all very welcome after 2 years of pandemic. And we noticed in the picture books on the shortlist values intrinsic to so many of the picture books published by Klaus Flugge himself. Empathy, diversity, a child-centeredness and a generosity of spirit. Huge thanks, as always, to Klaus for sponsoring this award and for all that he has done for picture books and picture book illustrators. And now over to our judges to announce the shortlist for the 2022 Klaus Flugge Prize.
Hi, this is Choices by Rusabus. We loved the apparent chaos of the artwork in this book, all about life's big choices and little choices, all set in this swimming pool. A kind of freewheeling approach, but actually beautifully structured in terms of the storytelling. It's very natural in its the way it's so inclusive. And such an original idea. One of my fellow judges described the book as unruly in a good way. We loved it.
Hello everyone, my name is Flavia Z. Drago and I am the winner of the 2021 Klaus Flugge Prize. And I am here today because I want to talk about this wonderful book called Pierre's New Hair by Joseph Namara Hollis. So this is a story about a bear called Pierre, and he loves hairstyles, he loves his hair, he likes trying different styles. He also wants to enter a skating competition with his friends, but at some point he will be forced to decide between his hair or his friends. This is a very sweet story about friendship, about valuing what's most important to you, and it's a book that is filled with funny stories and even funnier characters. The illustrations have lots and lots of energy and lots and lots of details that you could just see. Every time you open the book, you could see a different thing. So I would highly recommend for you to have a look at this book and enjoy, because it's really, really charming.
The Tale of the Whale by Karen Swan, text by Karen Swan, illustrated by Padma Candra. This is a very lyrical, painterly picture book telling the story of a child and a whale travelling out to sea, journeying together. It's written in rhyming text, and the illustrations very cleverly echo the rhythm and flow of the rhyming text as they go on their journey, and ending on a slightly more serious, melancholy, environmental note, but never heavy-handed. Just feels very natural. A lovely book.
Hello, my name is Emily Gravett and I am here to talk about one of the books that has been shortlisted for the Klaus Flugge Prize, and it is this one here. It is called Mammoth, Big Beast, Big City, Big Trouble, and it was written by Anna Kemp and it was illustrated by Adam Beer. And I absolutely love this book. I love everything about it. It's a good story, but the illustrations really lift the story to another level. They're really warm, they're funny, they're quite loose. And you can see by the expression on the mammoth's face that you really empathise with him. So it's a story about a mammoth who wakes up and finds himself inexplicably in the modern era, and is what he makes of it. So each of these illustrations is a mammoth discovering the modern era. I think what's fantastic about this book is that there's a really good use of the page and a really good use of scale. And it really helps to move the story along. Everything about it has been considered about how each image will move the story along. And there's lots of little details to see. And everybody and everything in it is really interesting or funny. But at the same time, as well as being funny, it's sort of, you can really empathise, because I think we've all had times when we feel like this mammoth, and we feel that we've either been left behind by something or don't quite fit in to a group. And so the fact that the mammoth loses it is really easy to understand. And you can see here, lovely, there's a happy ending, and the mammoth finds his tribe, he finds his people in this case, because there's no more mammoths left, so he's adapted as well. It's an absolutely brilliant book.
This is Alley Cat Rally by Ricky Trickart. It's a beautifully designed and illustrated book. It's a lovely production, and it tells the story of Astra, the alley cat, who decides to enter the Alley Cat Rally, the big forthcoming race for all the various characters. It's a great example of how much character and narrative and comedy can be achieved in essentially minimalist digital artwork. It's stylish and funny, and we really loved it.
And today I'm going to be talking about this book called Rescuing Titanic by Flora de Largy. This is a non-fiction picture book that tells us the story of the Carpathia, who was the ship that rescued most of the Titanic survivors. This is a very interesting picture book because it tells us the story of Titanic from a different perspective, as well as giving us a glimpse on how the Carpathia was, how the ships worked, the communication and the technologies that existed at the time. The illustrations are filled with movement and energy, and the atmospheres are just great. The compositions are really strong, and you get the feeling that the story is unfolding as you're not getting to know more about these ships. I really recommend having a look, particularly if you have an interest on ships and how they work and the engineering behind them. Thank you for watching.